Move on now to taking a look at what's grabbing headlines around the world, starting here in France with Florence Villeminot, who's been looking through the papers. Hello there. Now, you've found something very interesting sounding for us, a strategic council on attractiveness. It's happening in France, being hosted by François Hollande today. It sounds a little bit dodgy.
That's right. It's kind of a silly name for such a serious meeting, but that's what all the French press is focused on today. Let's take a look at Le Figaro, which calls this a call to international businesses, basically to come and invest in France, to come and create jobs here.
Business attractiveness.
That's right,
just
business attractiveness. Yeah, it's not as
French
sexy
people.
as it sounds. Now, basically, fresh back from his trip from the US, Hollande is meeting with 34 international business leaders from 5 continents, and Le Figaro says this is really a charm offensive from the French president. He basically wants to show that he means business about his social democrat turn that he's taken since the new year. But Le Figaro is really pinching itself. Is Hollande really rolling out the red carpet for these foreign business owners? Le Figaro says it almost seems a little bit too good to be true. We need to see it to believe it. So far, the revolution is just a bunch of words. They need to see concrete action. L'Opinion also points out that the government so far isn't very coherent because on the one hand, there's this very positive speech about, attractiveness, etc. But the official policy, according to L'Opinion, is quite punitive for foreign businesses. And Les Echos, the business daily, points out that foreign businesses themselves are pretty skeptical about all this. On the front page, it says that Hollande is going to be facing a bunch of mistrustful foreign business owners.
Okay, well, he has just been over in the United States, people saying maybe picking up a few ideas. So perhaps we'll see a few more Google-style companies, that kind of thing in France. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Some papers with a little bit more hope.
That's right. At least there's a little hope in today's French press. Let's look at Le Parisien that says that, yes, France can be more attractive. And it does point out, though, that the current situation is a little depressing. Foreign investment has taken a nosedive in recent years, but France can turn itself around, according to Aujourd'hui en France, Le Parisien.
That's good. We need a bit of positivity, don't we, from time to time. Let's look on to the international papers. You'll be giving us a full run through a bit later on, of course. Venezuela, though, first off, in the spotlight after violent anti-government protests.
That's right. It's in the editorial of the Wall Street Journal today that says that Venezuela is turning ugly, and there's very, very harsh words for the president, Nicolas Maduro. They call him Hugo Chavez's hand-picked successor. To quote the article, it says his hand is getting heavier. I pulled out a cartoon from El Universal, which is a paper from Venezuela. You can see in the cartoon, it's a depiction of Maduro on the one hand as a peace dove, but then you can see his presidential sash there dripping blood. So pretty critical of the president as well.
Very stark message there. Finally, a word on the Winter Olympics.
That's right. Now, we all know what the athletes who come in first, second, and third get. Of course. Medals. They get gold, silver, and bronze. But what about the people who come in, pretty fourth, etc.? They did well, but not enough to get a medal.
Nothing.
Well, no, actually, they do get paper. They get a diploma. Anybody who comes in basically between 4th and 8th place gets a special Olympic diploma. So whoop-de-doo. But a lot of athletes say they don't actually remember receiving this diploma. So it doesn't seem as big a deal as the medals.
And also, what about 9th and 10th place? Everyone's going to be asking for something, aren't they? Maybe a text message
a pat on
for
the
them.
back.
Yeah. Thanks very much.